And you even singing that song, confirm the word. God knows that I always need confirmation for what I'm going to do. And so in Luke chapter 22, verses 31 through 32, it says, and the Lord said, Simon, Simon, indeed Satan has asked for you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for you, that your faith should not fail. And when you have returned to me, strengthen your brethren. So, if I could use a topic for tonight, if you need a topic for tonight, my topic would be this purpose in my sifting. So help me preach to somebody, look at somebody and say, there is purpose in my sifting.
There is purpose in my sifting.
Say it one more time.
There's purpose in my sifting.
I need you to say it one more time till you believe it. Because see, sometimes we go through things and people tell us to say things and we just do it because they said it. But you got to know that there is purpose for your sifting. So I need you to do that just one more time for me. There is purpose in my sifting. It starts off by saying, and the Lord said, Simon, 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 Simon. Now we all know that Simon's name was changed to Peter. Peter was the name that Christ gave him back in, I believe it was in Matthew, I believe around about chapter 13, when Christ said, who do men say that I am? And then Peter stood up and said, thou art Christ. And he said, flesh and blood have not revealed this to you. So that was him, that was Simon in God, who became Peter. But here, the Lord said, Simon, Simon. So that stood out to me. Okay, you're not addressing the man in God. You're addressing the man in the flesh. Satan desires to sift you, Simon. Interesting here. Reminded me of, okay, God, Toni and Elder Toni. The enemy knows that he can only do so much with Elder Toni. Because I know that word. I know who I am in Christ. I know that he called me and what he called me to do. He can't make me doubt that. I didn't have people all over the country telling me, oh, I think you're going to be this. And I said, okay, whatever you say, that's fine. But it came when God revealed it to me and I accepted it for myself. So he cannot make me doubt who I am in him. But then there's the woman, Toni, that Satan wants to go after. He knows what's going to make my flesh react. I don't care if it's a stank attitude, a fine man, kids acting crazy. He knows what it's going to cause for Toni to react. Elder Toni will respond differently. Elder Toni would say, God bless you. Blessed and highly favored. I know that God is faithful. He's going to do it. But Toni sits back and says, wait a minute, God, you got to do something. Toni would go back and say, you know what, you got one more time. One more again, and we're going at it. That's what Toni would do. And so the enemy knows how to come at you. He wants to come at your flesh after the natural you. That's who he desires to sift. Because if he can get you, that's sifting. If he can sift you, then he can get you. Now, the sifting process, the first thing that happens in the sifting process is that the shaft is separated from the edible grain. There's a separation that takes place. A separation. Interesting. So what he's saying is that, wait a minute, I'm talking to Simon. It goes on in the latter verse 33, it said, and Peter answered in God. He gave an answer. However, God was talking to Simon. The enemy desired to do something in the flesh with Simon. In that sifting process, he wanted to bring about a separation. Okay, God, so tell me how I'm in you. But the enemy desires to sift this flesh. To separate me. How can you separate me in my flesh? Interesting point. I get separated in my flesh when I forget who I am in God. When I act contrary to who I am in God. When I talk contrary to who I am in God. See, when I'm out of God, I'm liable to do and say anything. But in God, there's only so way. You can only go so far. You can't cross this line. You can't cross this line. So I'm being sifted. And the enemy knows that he just can't flat out come and just snatch me up. He just can't, I'm too wise for that. Got too much common sense for that. No too much word for him to just come in and snatch me. So he has to do some sifting. He has to be very strategic in what he does. So how does he do that? He does that sometimes by bringing up instances and circumstances from the past. Amen. When I was not in God. When I found myself not in God. It could come through a